Marriage among the Latter-day Saints. Part 2 of Chapter 8 of the Marriage Covenant. The purity of a people can be measured somewhat correctly by the sacredness with which the marriage tie is held in their midst. Among no people should a higher value be placed on this ordinance than among the Latter-day Saints, for there are no people who view marriage as a permanent condition here and hereafter as we do. There are no religious people of whom we have any knowledge who believe as the Latter-day Saints do, that the relationships entered into here between the sexes under proper conditions endure beyond this life. In fact, the idea of a family organization existing in the next world is thoroughly Mormon, and has come to us through the revelations which the Lord has given to his people in these latter times. To a Latter-day Saint, the knowledge that all those 229 relations which exist in this life, and which are so productive of happiness here, will exist in the eternal world, constitutes one of the chief anticipations connected with heaven. In fact, no Latter-day Saint can conceive of a heaven where all these ties would be dissolved, and where the sexes would dwell apart and have none of these associates that endear them to each other in this life. It is a most delightful thing to contemplate that the union of husband and wife has been made possible for eternity by the restoration of ordinances and authority to administer them, and that not only will man and wife dwell together as such throughout eternity, but that their children also will bear the relationship to them of children in the great future. A belief in such a condition of affairs robs death of many of its chief terrors. The husband who lays his wife in the tomb knows that the separation is but temporary. So with the wife who is called to part with her husband, and parents with their children, and children with their parents. They know that they will be reunited and dwell together as husband and wife, as parents and children, throughout eternity. The teachings of the Bible and the other revelations of the Lord possess a significance in the light of this doctrine that can be understood. These divine teachings speak of the time when the faithful shall wear crowns and sit upon thrones, that is, they shall possess kingly and queenly dignity. A crown would be but an empty bauble if its wearer had no power. To sit upon a throne without dominion would be unmeaning, and would bring no gratification. But when the saints are told that they shall sit upon thrones, and that they shall wear crowns, they are symbols of power, and dominion, and of the rule which they will exercise. And over whom will they rule? And what will be the nature of their dominion? The answer is found in the teaching which the Lord has given concerning the 230 family organization. A man will stand at the head of his family. He will preside or reign over his own household. His children will be obedient to him. They will constitute his kingdom. With an ever-growing posterity there will be increasing dominion. And in reigning over them as a ruler, it is quite proper that a crown should be worn. These being the views and expectations of the Latter-day Saints, they should of all people be the most careful in forming marriage relations. Parents cannot be too diligent in teaching their children correct ideas upon this subject. Boys should be taught to be very discreet in the selection of a girl for a wife. And girls should be deeply impressed with the great importance of accepting only as a lover and a husband one in whom she has entire confidence that he will be true and faithful in all the relations of life in this state of existence, and be a suitable companion for her throughout eternity. Juvenile instructor.